Now 7:30, so I am calling the Tuesday, October 28th Town Council meeting, it is 7:31 actually, to order, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Davidoff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Councilor Blanks.
Present.
Mayor Cantor.
Here.
Councilor Cortez.
Here.
Councilor Fay.
Present.
Councilor McGinnis.
Present.
Councilor Poland.
Here.
Councilor Walters.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Winograd.
Here.
Councilor Zdanowitz.
Here.
All present.
Thank you, Mr. Davidoff. We're going to begin with a proclamation. As you can see, we have some amazing young people in our audience and a fantastic leader in Gretchen. And I just want to thank you all for your incredible work and your leadership, your courage. And this is to acknowledge Red Ribbon Week. But Gretchen, would you like to come up? And then you can say a few words if you would like to. Whereas the town of West Hartford is committed to the health, safety, and well-being of all its residents and recognizes the importance of preventing drug use and promoting recovery-friendly initiatives within our community. And whereas Red Ribbon Week is the nation's oldest and largest drug use prevention awareness campaign, observed annually during the last week of October, and serves as a unifying call to action to live drug-free lives. And whereas the town of West Hartford proudly stands as a recovery-friendly community supporting individuals and families affected by substance use, and celebrating those who are in recovery. And whereas the West Hartford Prevention Council and Prevention Partnership actively strive to educate, support, and engage residents of all ages in substance use prevention and recovery awareness efforts. And whereas these organizations work collaboratively with schools, local government, law enforcement, faith-based institutions, and community members to promote healthy choices and strengthen protective factors that foster resilience and well-being. Whereas the dedication of prevention professionals, volunteers, and advocates, the community's shared commitment to a safe, healthy, and supportive environment for all. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that on behalf of the Town Council of West Hartford and the residents of West Hartford, I, Mayor Sherry G. Cantor, do hereby recognize October 28th, 2025 as Red Ribbon Week, encouraging all residents to participate in drug prevention education, recovery support initiatives, and community wellness activities throughout the year, reaffirming our pledge to remain a recovery-friendly community. I'm sorry, I'm suffering from a little laryngitis. I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and she's sharing, so that's great. But I just want to introduce Gretchen Levitz, and I want you to introduce yourself and what you do. Okay. Thank you.
So first, I'd like to ask my students to come up because without them, we can't do the work that we do. So why don't you all come up and just stand and say thank you. All right. Good evening. On behalf of the Prevention Partnership, I want to thank Mayor Cantor, the West Hartford Town Council, and our community for this incredible recognition and support during Red Ribbon Week and actually every day of every week. It's truly an honor to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Prevention Partnership team and the many individuals who work every day to make our community healthier and stronger. The students standing with me today are members of the West Hartford Prevention Partnership Student Ambassadors Program. This is our newest initiative, which gives students the power and the platform to help make decisions that affect their peers. Our mission is to educate, support, and empower our community to make healthy choices. We focus not only on preventing substance misuse, but also on promoting mental health and wellness. We understand that prevention is more than saying no. It's about giving people the knowledge, the tools, and resources to say yes to a healthy, fulfilling life. Our work is grounded in collaboration with schools, parents, local organizations, and of course our youth. Together we've created programs that open up conversations about mental health, reduce stigma, and provide support to those who are struggling. We know that prevention begins with connection, and we're committed to ensuring that everyone in our community feels seen, supported, and heard. It's more than a campaign. We wear these virtual red ribbons every day. It's a movement that reminds us of the power of awareness, education, and unity. And it's an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to living drug-free lives and to supporting those on their journey to recovery. Symbolically, the red ribbon represents hope, resilience, and the belief that change is possible. So today, we accept this proclamation. We do so with gratitude and with renewed determination to keep moving forward. We thank the town of West Hartford for standing with us, for recognizing the importance of prevention, and for helping us to create a community where every person has the opportunity to thrive. Let's continue working together to educate, support, and build a healthier future, one choice, one conversation, and one community at a time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And I really, I do run into the students, and I'm just, again, so proud of their work. They were at the stroll, they were at the, yeah, everywhere. And you are amazing. Okay. And I'm going to take just a point of privilege to talk about in our heads and our hearts. We are thinking about Jamaica and Cuba and the Dominican Republic and the communities affected by Hurricane Melissa. This is the fastest, I guess, the most dangerous hurricane that has hit that island for in the recorded history. So I think they were recording winds about 180 miles per hour. So it's remarkable. And even now, I think the northern part of Jamaica and Cuba were, I think the winds now are 120 miles per hour. So the damage is going to be real and significant. And I know at the end of the meeting, we're going to have some resources that people can direct, reliable resources that people can direct their generosity to as we try to help people that are impacted by this really, really hard, very, very big magnitude storm. Then on November 1st, we're thinking of the millions of Americans who are going to lose access to crucial food assistance. And we have about 6% of our own population in West Hartford that are on SNAP benefits. And we're going to also have some directions on what you can do to help your neighbors in this time of need. And we will go back to the calendar, to our agenda right now, and go to the consent calendar. Oh, first we'll go to public forum. Sorry, Mr. Dodge. It's blank. Is there anybody that would like to speak to something on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will now go to consent calendar. Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move that items 5A, 7G through 7L, and 10A through 10C be placed on the consent calendar.
Is there any objection? Okay, seeing no objection, the items are placed on consent. Mr. Winograd?
I move adoption of the consent calendar.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And we will go to 7. Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move to refer to Town Plan and Zoning Commission, Design Review Advisory Commission for the required review and set for public hearing on December 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. an application of 2558 Albany Avenue, LLC, owner of 2558 Albany Avenue, for an amendment to existing Special Development District, SDD, number 23. The application seeks to amend the approved plan by demolishing the existing building, removing existing vegetation, and regrading entirely of the site for future development opportunity.
Is there any objection? Okay, hearing no objection, we will go to B. Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move for referral to Town Plan and Town Plan and Zoning Commission and the Design Review Advisory Commission for the required review and set for public hearing on December 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. A referral, an application to be referred of Bishops Plaza LLC, owner of 2550 Albany Avenue, for an amendment to existing Special Development District SDD number 10, more commonly known as Bishop Plaza. The application seeks to amend the approved plan by proposing regarding drainage and landscaping modifications along the western property boundary in order to facilitate proposed changes to the adjacent Special Development District number 23 at 2558 Albany Avenue.
Thank you, Mr. Winograd. Any objection? Okay, seeing and hearing none, the item passes, and we will now go to D, Mr. Winograd.
C.
C's on oh, sorry, we took C on consent. I'm sorry, C.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move for proposed action of setting a public hearing on November 12th, 2025 at 7:15 p.m. regarding an ordinance concerning the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission.
Any objection? Okay, seeing none, motion passes, and we will go to D. Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution accepting a grant from the John G. Martin Foundation to support park improvements.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Lightfoot.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The John G. Martin Foundation is a private foundation that supports organizations in the north central Connecticut region to carry out their missions in the fields of education, public service, the arts, and recreation, specifically for very well-defined projects. The Leisure Services Department applied for a grant to help fund the replacement of a small barn at Westmore Park, and the John G. Martin Foundation awarded the town a grant of $93,500. The small barn houses maintenance equipment and volunteer supplies for the Plana Row Vegetable Garden, the Westmore Arboretum, and associated environmental education programs. Because the current building was constructed more than 60 years ago and was built directly on the ground without a slab, the wooden walls have rotted from the ground up, and it needs to be replaced. So certainly very appreciative of the John G. Martin Foundation for awarding the town this particular grant. I will pause there, and through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith, and I think this might have been discussed in Human and Leisure Services. Ms. Pullen, I'm losing my voice by the minute.
It's all good. We'll try to make it quick then, or we'll talk instead of you. Yes, this went through the Human and Community Services Committee. Very appreciative of the John G. Martin Foundation. I believe this is the second or maybe even the third grant that we've received from this foundation to improve our parks. So this seems a worthy cause and will also help pull this off of our capital improvement plan. So we appreciate that as well. I encourage everybody to support it.
Thank you, Ms. Pullen. Any other comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. E, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution appropriating opioid settlement funds to support prevention programs and activities.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. And this particular resolution is, the timing is perfect, given tonight's proclamation reading and honoring the work of Gretchen Levitz and the Prevention Partnership Program. So this resolution would appropriate $25,000 of the town's opioid settlement funds to support a new mini grant program aimed at addressing the opioid crisis through prevention and recovery initiatives. This approach represents an innovative and community-based use of these settlement funds, empowering local partners to develop and implement programs that meet the needs of those affected in our community. Eligible nonprofit organizations, schools, faith-based institutions could apply for a grant to provide programs which address the opioid crisis through prevention and recovery services. I want to thank the Human and Community Services Committee for its leadership on this important issue and express my appreciation to Helen Rubino Turco and Liz Bazinski for their additional creativity and thoughtful approach to developing this type of program. The application Submittal process for this program would begin next month, and our staff could begin reviewing applications shortly afterwards and begin awarding funds through this grant program. And we will certainly keep the Human and Community Services Committee apprised of that process as we move through the holiday season. So through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith, and I will also share in your thanks to Helen and Liz for their work, and the Human and Leisure Services Committee for their work to support the things that we saw tonight. Honestly, I have been to a number of town events, and these young people are such leaders. And again, I really admire their strength and courage in standing up for this cause, which affects their friends and their futures. So I'm really, really proud of them. Ms. Bullen, would you like to share a little more?
Sure, thank you. I think this is a great way for us to extend the public-private partnership and to recognize that there's a lot of work being done in town by nonprofit organizations, both faith-based and non-faith-based, secular organizations on this initiative, and happy that we're able to provide some of the opioid settlement funds to support those initiatives. We don't all have to do it here on our own as the town government. We can help support the initiatives in the community as well.
Great point. And yes, it'll be interesting to see how this works and magnifies. Any other comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And now to letter F, Mr. Wintergrad.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move to adopt a resolution appropriating funds for a consultant to assist the Building Inspection Division of the Department of Community Development.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. This resolution would appropriate building permit fees to hire a consultant to assist our building division with plan reviews. Today, building inspectors, as the council probably knows, in addition to performing physical inspections, perform plan reviews of larger projects as well. So periodically, we can outsource the plan review process to free up our building inspectors to focus on residential and commercial inspections. This support will provide the department with much needed capacity as we continue to manage the increased volume of building permit applications we have seen continue to grow over the last couple of years. And now with 950 Trout Brook, which is, as we can witness every day, moving quickly through the construction phase, in addition to 1244 North Main Street. And now we are soon adding 1700 Asylum, as well as the condominium project at LaSalle and Arapahoe, which is taking up a lot of the bandwidth within our building department. This will free up our inspectors to focus on those projects, in addition to the continued growth in our residential inspection program as well. So through you, Madam Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. I think this was a very creative way to meet this increased activity without permanently, structurally committing to more building inspectors, which are very hard to find, actually, and hire. And we've been through this before. So I'm grateful for the creativity and meeting the needs of our community. And we often get notices about permitting that takes longer than people would like, and this is one of the ways we can meet that need. I am going to go to Ms. McGinnis, who chairs community planning, and this was discussed there.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Sorry, my voice is gone too, so I'm going to keep it to a minimum. As both of you said, this is a really creative way to fund this position and help make sure that, especially for the residential permit side, that we stay up to date and get those done as quickly as possible, and also keeps us from, as both of you said, from hiring another full-time employee. So I think this is a good idea, and especially with all the developments that we have in town right now. And I'm going to start talking because I'm going to completely lose my voice.
Thank Thank you, Ms. McGinnis. Any other comments or questions? Ms. Blanks?
Thank you, through you, Madam Mayor. Just to piggyback off of Councilwoman McGinnis, and the only reason why I said that, because a couple of years ago, I know there was some questions from residents about building inspectors when they were either adding or maybe making some modifications to home, and, you know, the wait period was long. So basically, for our listening audience, just to echo both what the mayor and Councilwoman McGinnis said, can you give an idea, especially with the consultant coming on and with all of the inspectors having to continue to stay on top of the developments? And I know that snags can occur, either with that or with the residential piece. Can you just give us an idea how that will either alleviate or enhance for those building inspectors to get out and basically stay on top of a timeline that they've set for themselves?
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor, to Councilor Blanks. It will, so we are at a point now, the town council did add another inspector position several months ago. And that person, so we were running one heavy in terms of inspectors, but then we had another, which we knew another inspector would be going out on a long-term medical leave. So we are back to an even playing field with our inspectors, but we're able to get that new inspector up to speed during that time period. And this plan review process will save significant amount of time for our inspectors. Like if we have a big one coming in, we'll hire the consultant to handle that plan review, freeing up an inspector to continue to keep up with our residential demand. So we were, to answer there's a long way of answering your question, but prior to, I'd say, the last couple of months, we were up over a 30-day wait for a routine inspection. We are now down below 30 days, and we want to remain under that 30 days, ideally turning them around a lot quicker than 30 days, but certainly maintaining a less than 30-day wait for a inspection.
Thank you, Mrs. Blanks. Any other questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, and now we are to the report from Town Manager.
Thank you. I will begin the town manager's report with an update on council meetings. So our next council meeting is November 12th at 7:30 p.m. Here in the council chambers. We do have a special services district meeting that same evening at 6:30 p.m. So we'll be here for that meeting prior to the council meeting at 7:30. We also have a public hearing that evening as well on the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission. We do have standing committee meetings that we will schedule. I know next week is election week, and our counselors will be busy. So I'll work with each of the committee chairs to potentially reschedule a couple of those meetings. So we'll get those taken care of this week and publish for next week or the following week. Want to give the council and our community an update on the West Hartford Center construction infrastructure project. So construction activity continues to make steady progress along LaSalle Road. Tree planting, as many of us have noticed, has officially begun, bringing new greenery to the center. At least some of the trees did have leaves remaining, some did not, but we look forward to the spring when they'll be back in full bloom. In Phase 3A, most of the concrete work is expected to be completed this week, weather permitting. The majority of curbing in this area is now in place. We will be installing electrical installation of the 2 rectangular rapid flashing beacons for pedestrian crossings. That will also take place this week as well. They will be at mid-block crosswalk at the intersection of LaSalle and Arapahoe. With daylight savings time ending on Sunday, November 2nd at 2 a.m., which means our mornings will be a little lighter, but nightfall will come earlier. So as part of our Vision Zero action plan to keep our streets well lit, we would like to remind residents that if they see any street lights that are out, please report them using our report a problem form on the Department of Public Works website, and we can get out there and replace those as soon as possible. In addition, free reflective vests and armbands are still available. Stop by room 312 at Town Hall. We have over 1,000 vests have been distributed to date. I think we've given out over 5,000 armbands as well. The town of West Hartford, as we know, offers a bag leaf collection program for residential properties, and that will begin starting Monday, November 3rd, and run through Friday, December 19th. Each week on your regular refuse collection day, crews will collect leaves bagged in 30-gallon biodegradable paper bags or the brown yard waste cart. Leaf bags and carts must be free of grass, twigs, rocks, and trash, and weigh no more than 40 pounds. Or they will be marked for rejection and not collected. There is no limit to the number of bags a residents can place at the curb. Be sure to place your leaf bags or cart at the curb by 6 a.m. on your trash collection day or sooner. Please do not place leaf bags and leaf piles in the street or block the sidewalk. 3 West Hartford Police Department officers were recently honored at a special program at the Police Officer Standards and Training Academy in September. Officers Daniel Dublin and Jacob Merjewski earned the 2025 Top Academic Graduate Awards, and Officer Kelly Shimo received the Meritorious Service Award. So congratulations to all 3 officers. Also want to, another congratulations for Chief Riddick. Police Chief Vernon Riddick Jr. will be honored on November 20th as one of the 2025 Social Chase Care honorees at its first fundraiser concert gala, an uplifting evening of music, celebration, and advocacy for neurodivergent teens and adults throughout Connecticut. The event is being held at La Bella Vista in Waterbury. And we have been receiving several calls about an injured bear in town. We have plenty of bears, but one has had a visible injury. That bear appears to have been struggling to move or care for itself due to an injured leg or paw. The same bear has been roaming around homes, eating carved pumpkins off of front stoops. But Animal Control would like to inform the public that the bear is recovering from its injury and was witnessed running on October 15th despite its injured leg with a pumpkin in its mouth. So bears are remarkably resilient and adaptable, capable of overcoming numerous challenges, including physical injuries. Animal control officers are collaborating with the Department of Environmental and Energy Protection regarding the situation and will continue to provide updates. If you encounter the injured bear or any other bears, please report the sighting to DEEP using the form. You can find the form on our website or on DEEP's website as well. So that concludes the town manager's report this evening. Mayor, happy to answer any questions that the council may have on any of these items or anything else.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Are there questions for the town manager? Ms. McGinnis.
What area of town is the injured bear in, or is he covering a large?
He's been mostly in the area, like kind of in my neighborhood, actually, over by kind of Stop and Shop and Buena Vista. And,
Okay.
But he's been spotted up on Sunset Farms. He's been moving around.
Okay.
Or she. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
a he or a she. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a friend who saw him in the grid, so near you, but. Anyway, I don't, there's 2, but whatever. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay. Mr. Zdanowitz.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thanks, Rick. The reflective bans that we've had here at Town Hall, is there any way to coordinate those bans to maybe be at the high schools? I know that we have bikers that are coming in the morning, and I've seen them come in the morning, and I've had other teachers and adults talk about how they can't see them. And I don't know if there's something that we can do, maybe an educational piece. Certainly there's walkers, but they're typically on the sidewalks, but the bikes are in the streets. And if there's something that we can maybe coordinate with the high schools and middle schools for that, because of
Yeah.
the time changes and
Yeah,
such.
thank you through you, Madam Mayor, and that's a great suggestion. We do have our bands set out strategically around town, but we should have them in our schools as well. So we will talk to Renee McHugh, who's probably listening as we speak, and we will get those reflective arm bands along with, we have some communication that we sent out town-wide, but we can send it through our school district email as well in terms from an educational standpoint. So we'll do both those things.
And maybe we could even coordinate, once we get the bands at the high school, maybe like security or administration, just like when the bikes come in, like maybe even handing them to them like an educational piece, like, hey,
Yeah.
guys, we couldn't see you this morning, or something. I don't know, something
Yeah.
that kind of points to the effort, and just, instead of just putting them on a table.
Yeah,
So-
great points. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. I know I do that with my kids on a bike. I'm like, take this, take that. So, all right. Any other questions, comments, questions? All right, great point. All right, now, thank you very much, Mr. Ledwith. Corporation Counsel, Mr. Dodge, anything?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have no formal report this evening, and we do not require any executive sessions.
Do we have any questions? Anyone have questions for the Corporation Counsel? Okay, seeing none, we will go to reports. And as I had said before, announcements, as I said before, that on November 1st, EBT cards will not be replenished on November 1st, but you can use the balance on your card. There was some, I think, misunderstanding on whether all funds would be cut off on November 1st. If you have a balance, you can use them after November 1st, but there will not be any new replenishment on the card after November 1st. So households will not receive their regular monthly SNAP allocation. Connecticut Department of Social Services, DSS, is still accepting and processing SNAP applications. If someone is approved for benefits for October, those benefits will appear on their card when the federal government reopens. The state of Connecticut has allocated $3 million in emergency funds to help Connecticut Food Share expand its capacity to meet urgent needs. So what does this mean for our residents? We have, I said, about 5.5%. West Hartford has over 5,000 residents who rely on monthly SNAP benefits to feed their families, and they will face a significant hardship beginning November 1st. An increased demand at food pantries and meal programs across the state is anticipated. The West Hartford Food Pantry is available there on our website, 860-561-7572, or same number, 7580. They will be expanding, actually, collections and also distribution as this plan, as we see how things are needed and what's needed. I will say, though, what happens with SNAP is someone goes to the store and picks out their own food, and if they have a health, need, that they're or vegetarian, they don't eat meat, they have a religious a requirement for their food, they can, or their culturally, food is a little different than what's stocked either by Food Share or our food pantry. So it is, for some families, it's even a more dire situation because what they have at the food pantry does not meet their needs. So it's just something to think about. Our Town That Cares will be accepting cash, and they can help to fill those gaps, but we will not be able to meet the needs of many families in our community. We can't make up for what gap is what the SNAP program will leave as a gap. Again, Connecticut Food Share will have fresh produce and perishable items across the state, and they are also, I've spoken with Jason Jakubowski, they are going to be on their website adding locations and handing out, again, some additional dates and times for their distributions. And then Connecticut Women, Infants, and Children provides supplemental food benefits and nutrition education, and you can click on a link on our website, which is also really important because if people aren't getting their, the formula and some of the nutrition they need specific from this program, which has a bigger range of need, that those families are also under some additional stress. We are a town that looks out for one another, so if you can and are able to give, please do. We will be having a community block party on November 2nd. We have added a collection at that date, and so if you want to volunteer, you can call Town Hall, you can call our food pantry, our Town That Cares Fund, and also drop off food. That will be very important. Tuna fish, peanut butter, high protein foods are really, really helpful. Okay, Operation Food Application is also accepting applications this has transitioned from 2 seasons to 4 emergency energy assistance cycles. The applications are online and will be accepted from November 2nd through the 10th with a link online or by phone 860-243-2345. Future application cycle dates are January 2nd through 10th and March 2nd through 10th. So this is the beginning of our colder season at night, and this would be helpful if you reach out now. CRT can also help if you're having trouble paying your home heating bills, and you can contact the CRT Energy Assistance line 860-560-5800, again on our website. Also, the America 250 Fund is doing a drive between October 27th and October 31st to support the Give 250, our celebration of America 250. This is through the Connecticut Humanities Council. West Hartford Tree Project, also accepting donations. This is a match through Sustainable CT. The money will be used to purchase and plant 1,000 plus native trees every year to replace the 20% loss of its tree canopy from 2010 through 2023. That's what it's been used for in the past, and it will continue to do that same work. We are extending a congratulations to Bugby School. There were also 3 other of our elementary schools that were ranked very high, but Bugby was ranked number 11th on the list of best public elementary schools in Connecticut, the only one in the Hartford County. All the others were in Fairfield County. The 2026 ranking was based on publicly available data from U.S. Department of Education. The ranking methodology focused on state assessments of students, and the report includes 47,000 public elementary schools nationwide as well. So you can go on to the U.S. News and World Report site and see how we ranked, which was very good for our region for sure. Flag planting at Fairview Cemetery will take place on November 1st. I always think of Denise Hall when I announce this. American Legion Post 96 will be placing flags on more than 1,200 military graves in Fairview Cemetery. Volunteers should meet at the Cemetery Chapel Garage Bay on Saturday, November 1st at 8:30 a.m., and you will have an assigned section. Everyone is welcome. Halloween on November 1st will take place at our West Hartford Dog Park from 1 to 3. Dress up with your pup, and there will be some possum costume and strut your stuff contests. So I think I better stop there. Playhouse on Park is going to be hosting a comedy night on November 1st after their current show, which is it was extended for 2 weeks. If you haven't seen, you should. $1 Million Quartet. It is amazing. The comedy show is $22.50. All seats are reserved, and visit the Playhouse website. As I mentioned, the community block party will take place November 2nd. This will be from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And there will be a DJ, food trucks, activities for all ages, and a special performance by Indigenous dancers and singers at 1 p.m. And again, we will be hosting the food drive as well. And the town of West Hartford, Rise Up Arts, West Hartford Public Schools, and America 250 are all hosting this block party. And Unified in Expression, inspiration for the new mural. This is the new Deaf and Hard of Hearing mural. It's postponed till November 5th. It was supposed to take place on Thursday, October 30th, but I think we're expecting rain. So it's to share stories, experiences perspectives on what communication access means to you as a person who is deaf or hard of hearing. Meet Michael Rice, who will incorporate these contributions into West Hartford's next beautiful mural that showcases our deaf and hard of hearing residents. ASL interpreters will be provided. Capital Classics discussion of Shakespeare's work will take place from 6:30 to 7:45 on November 3rd. Much Ado About Nothing is the title of that. And the sessions are again led by co-founder and artistic associate Jeffrey Sheehan from Capital Classics and will run through June 2026. That is all I had on my sheet. I know that Ms. Blanks has something she wants to share about Relief for Jamaica.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thanks again to your initial statement to the people on that island, and not only the island of Jamaica, but also Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and the Bahamian Islands as well, for our major hurricane, Melissa. There will be a community emergency response meeting at the West Indian Social Club tomorrow evening, which is Wednesday, October 29th, at 7 p.m. And this notice is really to all of our community, the listening audience. Many people usually will ask, what can they do? Right now, I understand the reports that have come out has really hit the northern part of the island, as Mayor Cantor said, which is Montego Bay, St. Elizabeth. There's about 4 major hospitals that has been hit hard. So some of the supplies that will be required are going to be medical supplies, lots of water, and then there will be more to come. But I just want to encourage everyone. I know many people vacation on those particular islands. I have family there. I know a number of our listening audience have family there and even friends there. Jamaican people are very resilient, and they get down in the mud and dirt if they have to and really help others along. And we're at that point now because, as the mayor said, no one can sustain winds of 164 to 90 plus a mile per hour winds. And the structure is not like the structure here in the States. So we know that they're going to need lots of help and lots of assistance. And I just want to encourage us all to be able to reach out and be willing to assist and help. And I know many of our news stations have already reported on this. So for anyone who for some reason has not heard about it, this will be a call to action meeting, and it will be at the West Indian Social Club. And again, I will give you the address, especially for those who are listening. West Indian Social Club is located at 3340 Main Street in Hartford, and that's at the corner of Tower Avenue and Main Street. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Blanks. And maybe if people can't go to the meeting, there could be a summary of things that we can do, places that we can post on our website too, so.
Absolutely, and what I'll do is when I attend the meeting, I'll bring that information back, and especially if there's links. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, anybody else? Okay, Ms. McGinnis.
Do we know, you mentioned WIC, do we know and that it's funded separately from SNAP, are they cutting off funding? I know last month they said they were going to, and the state approved funding, and then the state didn't have to use it because at the last minute, the federal, do we know anything about that?
The last I heard, and we have had some changes, so we are not getting great information, accurate information. It has changed a couple of times. So last I heard that as of November, there will not be WIC funding.
Okay.
So, but again, I'm not going to stake my life on
Right.
it because
Right.
things have changed and we're not, and the communication to the states has not been complete. So,
Right.
and anyway, are you, anything else?
No.
Okay, because Barry's raising his hand. I didn't. Mr. Walters.
Thank you, and through you, Mayor. I heard this afternoon that there would be WIC. So to your point, the news is back and forth on things, and I think it'd be imperative for us to really nail down what's happening right now.
So one of the things we are doing is Renee is checking with the state, and I think we can look, and redo some research and see what is consistent. But we will revise things as that information is corrected to us, so. But anyway, so whether WIC is funded or it's not funded, there will be significant amount of need, and so I think that's clear. All right, Mr. Cortez.
And I'll just kind of echo kind of what you said at the beginning was, I came in, spoke to the food pantry today here, and again, the need is, as diverse as possible, whether it's food, the financial need is important. That way we can make sure that, people that do have the dietary concerns or some items that don't come in through the food pantry, so they can help with that. It's going to be a tough month just because of, what's going on with the hurricane. And, but what I was told today is that this community is a very generous community. So if, we can do a little bit more, that would go a long way.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else? Oh, Ms. Pullen.
Thank you. I do want to just remind folks that even if the shutdown is resolved and SNAP and WIC and all that funding comes back, there are still cuts coming to SNAP as of November 1st as a result of legislation that was passed earlier this summer on the federal level. So we will see many, many people in our community still lose some or perhaps even all of their SNAP benefits, even if the government, even when the government comes, I'm going to be optimistic, when the government comes back in. So just please keep that in mind, even if the need doesn't seem so severe and other people do get their SNAP benefits loaded back up again, there will be many people in our community who have a drastic reduction in their benefits because of changes that were made this year.
Thank you, Ms. Pullen. That's a very good point. All right. Anything else? Okay. So thank you all, and we are thinking and praying for our Jamaica and all the islands, Haiti and DR and Cuba, and and all the people that are impacted by these hurricanes, very severe weather. And have a safe Halloween. Make sure, again, the days are short, and we have, that's really when a spike in casualties has happened with pedestrians. So please make sure you are visible when you're driving. Make sure that you drive slowly and you look and you really are alert and aware. So I really implore everybody to take every precaution so we can all be safe. Have a wonderful Halloween, and we will see you. And don't forget to vote. Thank you. All right, and I make a motion without objection, a motion to adjourn. Any objection? Seeing no objection, we are now adjourned. Thank you. Good night.